Well, welcome to our reflection on Matthew 23:27 to 32. And it's coming from Leicester, to which I've just returned after a 3,000-mile European ride. So over the last couple of weeks I stayed with a brother in Holland. So I headed for the Hook of Holland and stayed with a brother over there. I stopped off at Berlin en route and heading towards Poland for our Baltic run, which was brilliant, and the fellowship and the brotherhood and the teaching was really amazing. It was a real good time. So from there I took a break in Prague and rode over to Germany with a supporter who now lives in Prague to stop with a German brother for the night. And on the way from there, heading to the Hook of Holland, where I thought I was catching my ferry, we stopped to fill up with petrol in a petrol station, and our government had decided that we needed to be in the UK by 4 a.m. if we didn't want to isolate completely for 2 weeks, and my ferry was going to get in long after that. However, my wife told me that she could book a ferry from Calais, leaving at 1 a.m. in the morning, which I then raced to catch. On coming to my bike on leaving the ferry, my clutch cable had snapped, so the rest of the ride was interesting, and after 16 hours riding without sleep, I arrived home at 7 a.m. in the morning, exhausted but also blessed. So my bike has served me well over the years, and after 136,000 miles, it still didn't miss a beat on this trip. I knew I could rely on it because I'd recently opened it up to change my cams, rebuilt my clutch, I've checked it over thoroughly, so I personally knew what was going on inside the bike. I'd replaced all the oil, and on observation everything internally was clean and fully working. If we want to actually do some serious miles, establishing new friendships as well as building established ones, if we want to spend time listening to God as we ride, then sharing some encouragement from Him, the internals of our bikes need to be maintained clean and reliable. We can't serve if the internals of our bikes are neglected, however clean we make the paintwork look. And our spiritual lives need to be the same. It needs the same care. We need to be clean on the inside, where only we and God know what is truly going on. Our private prayer between ourselves and God, our renewing of our minds, as Paul says in Romans 12, not conforming to the patterns of this world. It's like the renewal of the oil which passes through all parts of the engine, enabling it to run. Well, in our reading today, this is what Jesus was getting at. In his interaction with the Pharisees and the teachers of the law, the Pharisees were like a showroom Harley sparkling in the window, but inside the engine was neglected and corroded, unable to take anyone anywhere. The image Jesus used was whitewashed tombs, beautiful on the outside, but on the inside full of dead men's bones and everything unclean. He continued, on the outside you appear to people as righteous, but on the inside you're full of hypocrisy and wickedness. I've mentioned before that hypocrisy comes from the Greek understanding of an actor wearing a mask in the theatre, and this is what the Pharisees were doing when their righteous outward show didn't match with the reality that was going on in the inside. And I think this is also a challenge for us in God's Squad, who wear the colours and the cross. We need to make sure that our inner spiritual lives, our lifestyle and values line up with what our colours say about us. We need to acknowledge our weaknesses and bring them to Jesus in repentance. And unlike the Pharisees, inside we need to be authentic and righteous. I know my bike has been through some challenging situations, which has left their mark on it, but it has a healthy inner life. Some of us carry the wounds from a challenging history, but hopefully our inside integrity and authenticity remain central as we travel with Jesus Christ.